Hello? It is this game. Trials and tribulations. Welcome. Ah, it's been forever. I forgot all of the voices. Let's go. Piece of cloth with a ton of finely written characters stamped on it. Probably esoteric knowledge, only mediums would know. Let's see. Here's the title in English. 108 Ways to Save Money. I'm pretty sure the number has gone up since the last time I saw it. Well, we're always looking for new ways to, you know? Being a medium sounds like a rough way of life. I think I remember this old folding screen here. I'm pretty sure it was an important piece of evidence. That murder case that happened in Kurain Village. This folding screen is the greatest of all the spirit channeling secrets. The six-leaf Kurain sacred writings folding screen. If it's so secret, why is it the most prominent thing on the exhibit? They're just a bunch of really old urns. Are these really treasures too? Of course they are. It's the treasure exhibit, isn't it? Yeah, I guess so. So all it takes to be treasure is age? I wonder nobody likes museums. What do you mean I love museums? Oh, Mr. Maya, look, I can't believe it. That's so cute. It's a little diorama of Kurain Village. Yeah, look at that. Somehow it seems to reek of dryness. Oh, Mystic Maya, it's a house. It says Fate Manor on it. Ah, you're right. I kind of want to add the famous in front of it. Don't do it, Maya. They might get mad. That is so cute. What's with this big cushion? It's just lying around with nothing on it. Huh, well it must be for the greatest treasure of all. Greatest treasure? Is there something like that? Huh? Why, of course there is. Right, Belly? Yeah, of course. Yeah, I bet it would really take your breath away. Huh? Lamau. Brr. Yep, there's the basement warehouse, alright. This place is scary, like a monster could jump at any time. Don't be scared, Pelly. I'll protect you. Oh, Mr. Wright. A monster! You're right! A monster? Good evening. It's good to see you again. What? Yo! Yo! What the heck? I can't believe that she is here. Holy shit. That's crazy. I know you. It's nice to see you again, little miss. Hello. Is she a friend of yours? Nick, how do you know her, Pearly? Nice to meet you. I'm Adrian Andrews. I'm in charge of the promotion and the planning of this treasure exhibit. I'm also responsible for the security arrangements. Nice to meet you. Adrian sure has changed since we last met. So, is this the warehouse? The really valuable exhibit items are still stored away in here. Damn! It really has been a long time, hasn't it, Mr. Wright? Nick, what's going on? Who is this woman? Why are you freaking out on me? What? I just thought it'd be more dramatic if I got all worked out like, that's all. Mystic Maya, you shouldn't let him off the hook so easily. Please, Maya, don't send anything that'll need pearls further. Mr. Wright was there for me when I really needed help. It was something that happened 7 months ago. You remember, don't you? The Nickel Samurai case? Not really. I was stuck in a dark wine cellar. Did that escape your memory, Nick? After that, I quit being a manager and started this job. Wow, that's tough. I'm sorry, Miss Andrews, if it wasn't for us. No, don't say that. I'm glad the whole thing happened. Thanks to you and everyone else that was involved, I was able to change my whole life. I'm really grateful. Whew, that's a relief. I'm really impressed, Miss Andrews. Planning a huge exhibition like this must be very tiring. Well, Lordly Taylor is celebrating their 200th anniversary this year. The works on display in the main exhibition hall are worthy of the finest museums. Woo! Did you hear that, Pearly? The finest museums! Yes, I did. That's really wonderful. So this basement warehouse is pretty well protected, huh? Of course it is. After all, there's some priceless treasures here. The security guards are all very highly trained as well. That sounds good. So what's with this face she's making? It looks like part of a big signboard. All I can read on it is there. Ah, I've got it! Maybe it's supposed to say hamburger. Why would anyone write hamburger that big? Like, maybe for the World Hamburger Festival or something? I kinda doubt it. Ah, I've got it. Maybe it says spaghetti. Why are you talking about food? Oh wait, that's normal for you. Anyway, it says burr. There's no way it could be spaghetti. Well, maybe it was a typo. It might have said Spaghetti Festival. What do you think? Okay. Okay to me. Besides, spaghetti's the only thing to more tangled than your reasoning. Nice. It says organi. No, doesn't it? It says organize. You just can't see the last two letters. Yeah, well, I guess no one else could read it either, because this place is a mess. Yeah, you must feel right at home, huh? What do you mean? Miss Nick, what's that big door over there? It looks like this. It's the door to the actual storeroom. I can see lots of big boxes and stuff back there. Really? Let's go in. I want to take a look. Oh, I'm sorry. Unauthorized personnel aren't allowed in there. Did you hear that, Nick? We're unauthorized personnel. Why are you telling me that? Mystic Maya, take a look at the next door. There's the door. That's Mystic Amy, right? Yes, that's a statue of the woman who invented the Kudain channeling technique, Ami Faye. The statue is on loan from one of the training halls of the Faye branch family. In fact, it just arrived this morning. What's that creepy looking thing she's holding? Don't ask me. How should I know? Well, you are the future master, right? Maybe so, but this is the first time I've ever seen this statue. That thing is the Kudain Fuck me. Shichishito. It's a ceremonial sword. It's not a real weapon, so the blade isn't sharp. Haha, phooey. I want to cut something. Oh my god. What are you eyeing me for? Oh look, it's already 8. Have you eaten yet? Well, actually, I've already made a reservation at the restaurant on the 12th floor. Why don't we all dine together? I like the sound of that. Dine, it sounds so fancy. I like the kids' lunch. Early, it's dinner, not lunch. Why did you go for it and read eat your fill with the kids' dinner? Okay, in that case, one kid's dinner for me. Shall we head upstairs then? After the pleasant evening, all that remained was to wait for the exhibition's opening. It was wonderful seeing Miss Andrews looking so happy. None of us could have imagined that the very next day something terrible would happen. Nick, this is terrible! What the? What? I never knew you were such a toilet freak! Give me a break, would you? My brain just hit the snooze button for the 5th time. I'm going to turn on the TV. We've got an update on the recent treasure heist. Based on clues found at the scene of the crime, authorities have announced... Hey, yo! I need to vibe to this music for a second, hold on. This is so good! Did they believe it was the work of renowned phantom thief, Mask to Mask? Mask the Mask? According to the spokesperson, Lord Litalia received a third letter some days ago. It's the 5th heist by this phantom thief, who only targets rare treasures. Lord Litalia, Taylor? Well, Nick, what are you going to do? Don't you dare to go back to scrub the toilet. Treasure, lovely Taylor. Don't think. Yes, now get up, Nick. It was stolen by Master Mask. A most valuable treasure. The Kodahin sacred urn was stolen. What? Refresh my memory a little. What is this sacred urn? It's only the most important treasure in Kodahin village, that's all. Look, it's right here in the poster. Don't remember what's inside? The urn contains a very important soul. Namely, the soul of Mystic Amy Faye. The founder of the Kodahin channeling technique. Right, Pelly? Ah, yes, that's right. Hold up. I thought that urn had the name Amy written on it. Not as I am. Any idea how that happened, Pearly? Well... Hold it! Here, there's some things best left unsolved, wouldn't you say, Mr. Nick? That's right, 1 year ago there was a murder in Kudine Village. I hear sometime. The sacred urn. It turned out to be an important clue in that case. Hello. Bitch, what? Okay, the toilet is shinier than the judge's head, so let's see what's next. What's wrong with you, Nick? What do you mean? What do you mean what Mr. Nick? Your beloved Mystic Maya's treasure has been stolen. Doesn't that even bother you? But I thought the urn was the village treasure, so it doesn't have... The village is Mystic Maya. She's the future master of the Kudine School of Channeling. You know what I'm talking about, Mr. Nick? I won't let you say don't... Okay, I do. So what am I supposed to do about it? Is it obvious? You can't find the bad guy who did this. Yeah, and get the sacred urn back. But I'm not a detective. I'm a lawyer. That has nothing to do with... That has nothing to do with this. Then Cat? No. No. Find your defibrillator. Uwu. The most cast thing I've ever said. Let's go. Defibrillator? Uwu. If you're a real gentleman, you wouldn't find it for your beloved Mystic Maya. Man, oh man, there's no winning against Pearl's fairy tale measures of love. Yes, you obtained the defibrillator. So what's the name of this bad guy again? Mask the Mask, Nick. Take it out of it. Mask the Mask. Write this down. I was terrible. I was arrested and everything. 1 year ago, the murder in Kudine Village. A man was killed during one of Maya's spirit channelings. This urn wound up being a key piece of evidence that proved her innocence. Nick, would you mind not telling Mystic Maya about that? Promise, remember? That you wouldn't tell anyone that I broke the urn. Oh yeah, that's right. Now I remember. This urn used to say Ami on it. Until Pearls actually accidentally broke it into 1 million pieces. She tried to secretly fix it. Let's just say it didn't work out so well. Sorry, I'm not good at arts and crafts. Billing either. Oh, that was Pearl's wise. Anyway, this is how a gluing project turned out. She put the pieces together wrong, and now instead of Amy, it says I am. I can't believe no one's noticed this until now, a whole year later. I can't believe it myself. This is so much reference. I love it. Well, I am. Yes. Right. Let's see if we can find some clues that might lead us to the bad guy. But it doesn't look like anything has been disturbed. Yeah, it looks pretty much the same as it did last night. Oh, bad guy. Huh. Hey, you can't poke around here, pal. Oh. Hey, you can't poke around here, pal. Wait a minute. That voice. Oh no, not him again. It's you. And I'm the one who said not again. Why is it every time something bad happens, you always show up, pal? There he is! There he is! Dick! And his theme is still a banger. Let's go. I should be asking you that. Aren't there any other detectives? No, I should be asking you that. What are you doing ringing around here? Hey, I asked you first. Why are you here? Alright, we got it. Why did you two kiss and make up already? Yes! What is this dialogue? Hello. It's been a long time, Mr. Scrappy Detective.
Oh, it's you, little missy. Actually, my name is Gumshoe, Detective Dick Gumshoe. Now is a good chance for you to try and remember it, right?
And if it's too long for you, you can just call him Dick. Okay, it's good to see you again, Mr. Detective Dick. What the fuck? Ah! I will not survive this game.
Yeah, good to see you again, too, I guess.
Bro! I'm Mr. Detective Dick. Can you tell us about what happened?
I'm trying to remember my name, Attica. It's just Gumshoe, okay? Anyway, the thief stole something called the Sacred Urn.
I know about that.
Oh, well, the criminal's name is Master Mask.
I know about that too. Detective, can't you tell us something other than that?
Well, I guess I sort of kind of owe you guys in a way. The crime occurred last night at around 1:30 in the morning.
How exactly do you know that?
We got an emergency phone call from a guard at the scene of the crime, pal. He said the urn was just stolen.
Scene of the crime? You mean here, right?
Wrong.
Fine, I'm getting defibrillated, Eddie.
Yes.
Refib? No, it's a defibrillator, not a refibrillator. It stops heart fibrillations, which is an arrhythmic contraction of the heart muscle. Like it defibrillates the heart. That's the purpose. Remove the D. Remove the fibrillation, not the D. The D can stay. The refibrillator, however, would do the opposite. So it's a heart stop here. It just kills you. Heart attack machine.
That urn was being kept under careful guard in the basement warehouse.
Basement warehouse, huh? So who was guarding the basement warehouse?
That guy stole his phone. He ran away, pal. He solves one case and gets thrown head, thinking that he's an ace detective.
Ace detective? Hey, Detective Gumshoe, about that Master Mask. Is he famous? What? You're joking, right, Nick? Master Mask is the hottest thing since sliced bread.
Sometimes he appears as a museum guard. Sometimes he appears as a big brown bear known to surprise lots of something visitors. But underneath those disguises is the true Master Mask.
So he's a master of disguise, huh?
And he only goes after the worst of, finest works of art, pal. Last night was the 5th heist. If my lordly tailor had only cooperated, I could have got him this time.
What, then you knew he was planning on stealing the sacred urn?
Of course I did. The guy always sends his calling card before he steals something.
Calling card, huh? They mentioned that on TV. So why do you call him Ace Detective anyway?
That's what he calls himself, pal. I didn't make it up.
So what's he like?
Well, like I told you, Master Mask has made 5 heists so far. In the 4th heist, Mr. Ace Detective managed to get the stolen treasure back.
Wow, that's impressive. All by himself?
Yeah, gotta admit it, pal. Maybe he really is as good as he says.
Okay, calling it now. The Ace Detective is Mask the Mask.
Every time the thief sends one of his calling cards, we send our men out to stake out. None of us has ever gotten so much as a glimpse of the guy.
But Mr. Ace Detective was able to retrieve the stolen treasure from the thief.
Anyway, here's the scene of this crime right now. Looking for clues.
So he's down in the basement warehouse, huh? So what's this calling card?
There is. But don't show it to anyone. It's top secret, okay, pal?
What's this mark on the front?
That's Master Mask's signature, pal. You could say it's his mask. All of his calling cards have got it on them.
They didn't mention that in the newsflash.
We're withholding that detail from the public for operational reasons. The only way we can tell if the calling card is real or not is by his emblem.
Wow, that's actually a really smart move. Like, hold on, let me tone the music down so I can speak without yelling. That's a really smart move. If the calling card has a unique design, not allowing the public to know the design means copycat criminals cannot send genuine calling cards. So there's no way there's a false trail. This is really good thinking. Damn. What the fuck? It would be nice if this was real. Actually, I do think that is how real police operate, though. Like, they will tell the press about the criminal, so that the criminal is aware they are being targeted, but I don't remember any, like, reported case going into the details, you know? You don't want the public to be able to copycat, and you don't know the criminal to know how far onto them you are. You don't want to give them the chance to escape. Yeah. The public just needs to know that the police is doing something. But not what exactly. This is also, let me turn this into another game dev advice. Something that I hear a lot in discourse about botting issues and stuff like that in video games, especially in big MMORPGs like FF14, is like, oh, the devs clearly don't care about this because they are not, like, investigating and immediately banning bot accounts. But the thing is, if you have devised a way to detect a bot, to track a criminal, or in case of botting, someone who violates terms of service, you don't want to alert the people who create the bot to your detection method. Because, so the thing is, You have this system that works at detecting the bot. If you now start banning... Hi, Manny. If you now start banning every bot account as soon as it is detected, that gives the bot developers the opportunity to try and figure out what gets accounts immediately banned and what doesn't, to work around the detection method that you have. Which is why you don't do this. You do not want to give the bot developer broad spectrum analytics into your bot countermeasure. What you do is you collect all the accounts that are flagged as having been botted, then you wait 3 months, 6 months, a whole year even, depending on how severe the bot epidemic is, and then you ban all of them at the same time. And what happens then is that the bot developer has no idea what part of the bot's behavior was detectable. And because you keep waiting for ban waves, they have very limited ability to analyze your countermeasure, to figure out why you know that they are botting. They can only do representative sampling once per ban wave. And you have the entire ban wave to improve your detection method and try to be one step ahead of the bot. So you will have bots in your game at all times because you are letting the bot accounts accumulate over a time span. And then you just delete all of them. This also really harms the bot's business model, by the way. Because bots are not free, they are paid software. You need to pay for cheat bots. So if an entire customer base is just banned from the game, that will make these customers really upset. And if it keeps happening, the customers will stop trusting the bot developer, hurting their illegitimate business, making them lose money. Which is good. So net positive for the game. To ban a lot at the same time. We do the same, or they do the same rather, with real money trade in FF14. Real money trade is an umbrella term for any service that sells in-game goods or services for real money, which is not allowed. Like selling the in-game currency for actual cash on an external platform, something like this. Those accounts do not get immediately banned. We have weekly ban waves for those. Also, both ends of the equation get banned. The account that sold the item or the currency gets permanently banned. The account that bought the currency gets the equivalent of a 2-week ban on their current penalty ladder. FF14 penalty ladder. They have explained this ages ago. A boop. I don't think I can find the old graphics anymore. Oh no, there it is. I actually found it. How wow. How wow, Fox. So this is the old presentation of how the ban system works. You have this ladder, and any infraction against terms of service has a certain weight on this system. Like, say, a minor chat violation will get you 1 strike. And these strikes never go away, and they accumulate on your account. So, if you buy Gil in real money trade, you will get a suspension equal to that amount of infractions. But if you had previous infractions on your account, the penalty will be worse. Most people only get banned for 24, 48 hours for buying in-game currency from a real money trader. But if you have done it too many times, your account is gone. And that is the moderation system that FF14 is using. Okay. That is the tangent caused by excellent police work in this universe. Let's go. What makes sense? That makes sense. When you get famous, there are always imitators. Nick, if you work a little harder, maybe you can have your own copycat someday. Thanks, I guess. Present. To the security and lordly trailer, I will be coming to purloin the most priceless work of art on display in your Treasures of Kurain exhibit. Take good care of the speckled one, would you? Yours truly, Mask the Mask. To be honest, pal, there's something that bugs me. What's that? All the other items that were stolen by Master Masquerades I had heard of. They were world-famous treasures. The Tear of Amanon or the Crown of Bongora. The Sacred Urn of Kurain is famous too, right, Pelly? Of course. Everyone in Kurain village knows about it. Sounds like we've got an unpredictable thief on our hands. Up. I already presented that to him, I'm stupid. Remember, don't tell anyone about the emblem, okay, pal? Has the thief ever sent these to the police? No, always to the victims. Until now, the victims have always come to us looking for help, though. That's not what happened this time, you mean? You got that right, pal. Listen up, if you guys ever get one of these calling cards, I want you to come to us right away, you got me? Yep, sure. No matter how many times you come here, this place always gives you the chills. That's probably because it's air conditioned to protect the earpieces, you know? I need a face for that. Oh, what does that mean? Oh my god! Bruh, what? So many choices. That theme's a banger, though. I got choices. I hate this. So I could either go with like,
Welcome. I'm afraid you have very little to offer, but please, make yourself at home.
or I go with, I'm afraid I've very little to offer, but please, make yourself at home. Those would both work. Who are you anyway?
Silence! Now I see. It's all becoming clear.
What do you see?
Zvari! The truth has once again been elegantly revealed to me.
Brother. The cringe. I cannot.
A lawyer and a spirit medium. Neither very advanced at their trade. Am I wrong?
That's scary. How did you know that?
How, you say? The universal skeptic would say that is how, nothing but a question of why. Am I a traveler of both time and space, and a swimmer of dreams?
What is he talking about? I can't make heads or tails of it.
Without further ado, let me fulfill what should be the first duty of any gentleman. And introduce myself. My name is Atme. Luke Atme. Ace Detective.
His fucking name is Look at Me? Are you kidding me? No, that's his brother. Come at me. Oh, hi. Don't let him intimidate you, Nick. Stand up and show him what you're waiting of. The name's Wright. Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney. I think that's the first time he actually said it. Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney. What a special moment. And it's wasted on fucking that guy. I'm Maya Faye, a spirit medium. And I'm her Faye. I'm Mystic Maya's cousin and a spirit medium, Ace Apprentice.
Excellent. Well then, shall we begin a little game?
Game? Why does the phrase one shot of Baker's dozen come to mind with this guy? I love the theme. Why does he have to have such good music attached to him? Fuck. Holy shit. So are you really as famous as you say?
Of course, for a lawyer, you have a rather shocking lack of knowledge about the world. I had no idea anyone's left in this city that had not heard of me. Look at me. I am Master Mouse, arch enemy. The Ace Detective, look at me. At this moment, there are two mighty figures which loom large over the grand city. One embodies the nefarious forces of darkness, and the other the angelic cherubs of light.
Boy, don't really just. What is he saying, Nick?
I have been personally on the heels of this villain since he left the first crime. After learning his criminal patterns, I thwarted his very latest loathsome larceny even. I've returned the target of his tyranny, the portrait of Mahina, to the crime scene. And I did it all by myself. I took it back from mask to mask, with a brawny mind and my brilliant muscles. Why do they make me read so much cringe? Ah! I am doing the not like this emote IRL. Ah! Yeah, they mentioned it on the news and the great people around town segment. They said that the museum gave you an incredible jewel as a reward. Well, compared to the treasure that I retrieved for them, it's not much. So in the end, the only thing that makes you great is your own self-praise. Oh, tell us what you know about Master Mask and keep it simple, please. Like about I have devoted my life to thwarting his dastardly deeds. Last night in the bowels of his store, we were locked on a most glorious battle. I see, but hold on a second. You were here last night, here in the Lottie Taylor. Naturally, wherever Master Mask goes, you will find Hatterby laying his elegant traps. Elegant traps, more like Mask out elegance to you that made a beautiful getaway. But this time I allowed him to escape with the illusion of victory. I wonder if I should ask him about what happened last night in more detail. Can you tell us exactly what happened here last night? You're telling me that calling your muscles brilliant and your brain brawny isn't the cringest, floweriest language you've ever had someone pretend with? Holy shit! But of course, after all, I always say there should be no secrets between aces. Yes. And that's King. He is... King. Flattery will get you nowhere, Pinocchio. Yo! Listen, what is it with the dialogue in this game being so fucking funny? At first, I received a request from our services 20 days ago. It was 10 days ago that we received Master Mask's calling card. I should have drank more before this. Hold on. Wanna make something to drink?
You were hired before the calling card even arrived?
Yes, you see. The person who hired me is quite rigorous and thorough.
I got to drink and I didn't use it.
That's Adrian for you. A mere 10 days after hiring me, first premonitions were realized.
The calling card arrived, right?
Yes, so Ace Detective. That I am. I set a trap for the thief right in the warehouse. And waited for him alone.
Alone? But why? Why didn't you go for the police to help?
Ridiculous! Why would I seek help from such singularly and useless group of nincompoops?
You've got a lot of nerve. After all, it was you that the mask get away.
I always operate alone and concealed, out of the sight of others.
Concealed?
Precisely. Even the guards on duty here were unaware of my presence. To fool your enemies first, you must fool your friends. It's my own original proverb.
Anyway, back to what happened last night.
As I was saying, I hid here in the warehouse and waited for the thief to arrive. But I swear to you, not a solitary soul came through that entrance. Nevertheless, the sacred urn disappeared.
But that's impossible. How could it just disappear?
How, you ask? Don't be ridiculous, Sir Lawyer. I knew the answer to the question. I would be here.
For someone who seriously messed up his own stakeout, he's rather full of himself. So you're saying that even though no one came through those doors last night, our precious urn still somehow vanished from under your nose? That's just not possible.
Sir Lawyer, please refrain from such crude behavior.
What do you mean?
This criminal is an artist. The crime scene is the canvas upon which he paints. Only I, Ace Detective Atme, have an eye which is educated enough to read the signs.
Could you translate that for me, Nick? I think Imperial said don't touch anything, amateurs.
If there's something you wish to know about, you have but asked at me. I know everything there is to know about my rival, Master Mask.
The fuck? What do I do now? Does he have any top secret information? Stuff only a real crime buff would know? I'll think about what to ask while I listen to what Mr. Ace Detective has to say. I'm gonna eat something. Hungry. Nom. Bop. Nope. Anything for this one?
Do not fear, young lady. I promise I shall retrieve your own.
Thank you, Detective Atney. I'm counting on you.
The final round between Detective Luke Atomy and Master Mask is set to begin. Still, there's something funny about this guy.
Yeah, but don't forget he managed to retrieve the treasure from the last heist.
Yes. We have a video that details my role in the whole affair. I recorded it directly from the news on TV. Can interest you in a copy?
No thanks. Master Mask calling card. It's got his emblem printed on it, right?
Quite impressive, but I would expect nothing from this, less from my arch rival. I'm surprised to see you in possession of such a top-secret piece of information.
Well, we've got an ace lawyer, ace spirit medium, and ace cousin apprentice here.
Yes, indeed. I think you get to learn to like you, my fellow ace professionals.
I don't know if I really want this guy to like us ever.
Well, Sir Lawyer, I've been told that you too are pursuing the mysterious thief.
Well, I'm not sure I can... That's right. We're going to find the sacred urn no matter what we have to do.
Excellent. I will trust you. I permit you to take a look around while I investigate elsewhere. If perchance you should discover something of value, return them to my office. My office of earthly delights, the Atomy Detective...
Office of Earthly Delights?
Well then, lawyer. You will excuse me, I'll have much to do.
Ah, that was bad. I did not do that last one correctly. Fuck.
Yeah.
He's gone. I don't like the idea of doing this guy's work for him. Come on, Nick, don't worry about it. It's no big deal. Let's hurry up and investigate before he changes his mind. How when you go to the office too, take me with you, okay? More. That pathetic looking wooden box. Ah! It's a box that had the sacred urn in it. Don't touch it. There may be clues on the thief's identity on there. I worked so hard to make that box. Oh, you made that excuse of a box, Maya? What's that supposed to mean? That Anna's always been understanding in the winding way of Fey Manor. There was no box suitable for it, Mr. Nick. And I was so proud of it. Poor Maya. Maybe it'd been better if must taken the box too. Hey, Pearly, do you know what this is? It's a computer! A computer! Oh, I've heard of those. They're such a cute name. Looks like this computer is for storing the data from the security camera. When someone comes in or out of the warehouse, the camera takes a photo of them. It's probably the thread that the detectives set up. Let's see if we can find last night's date on this thing. We might even find a photo of Master Mask. Let's see here. Man, I really stink at working these things. What's wrong, Mr. Nick? You're sweating an awful lot. I don't know how to pull out the photos. I had no idea you were so pathetic with high-tech stuff, Nick. Yeah, well, I managed to print out the camera data anyway. I guess you have to learn to crawl before you can walk, right, Nick? Yep, sure. Anyway, it looks like the camera only went off once last night. Interesting. Look, a ladder! That's a step ladder. So, what's the difference? You need to stop judging things based on narrow-minded cultural assumptions, Nick. Right, sorry. Why do I feel like we've had this exact same conversation before somewhere? Because we did! It's a security camera. It's trained on the big door of the storeroom. It's set up to take a photo of anyone that goes in or out. A security camera? Yeah, go stand in front of the door and he'll snap your photo urgently. Mystic Maya, I think I should smile? Nah, it's a criminal, so I think you should make a really scary face. Like this. Please. Hey Flora, do you want the crime camera to take your photo? Mr. Nick, what's that big door over there? It looks like it's the door to the actual storeroom. You can see lots of big boxes and stuff. Stuff? I can see lots of big boxes and stuff back there. In it. Fuck's sake. I guess that's why they were they were keeping the sacred urn. Remember, Maya, Miss Andrews said we are not allowed in there. This statue of Mystic Amy is so cool. How about a gold statue of myself? We could put it up in the office. Hey, it's Wright and Co. How about gold statue of me? Mr. Nick, I'm sorry, but I noticed something strange. What is it, pals? Statue of Mystic Amy. What? Was this where it was last night? Oh! It wasn't. I'm pretty sure it was closer to the door. Yeah, I think you're right. Great job, Pearly. I wouldn't expect anything less from an ace cousin. The ace cousin. Look what you did, Nick. We spilled paint over here. I didn't do that. Well, it wasn't here last night. I would have noticed the color of this outrageous. But this paint has already dried up. Well then, you should have cleaned it up before it dried, Nick. And don't dry that fast. Besides, I told you it wasn't me. It looks like it's been several days since it was spilled. Hey, look at this. What is it? There's some kind of shape left in the bottom side of the stain. You're right. I wonder what it could be. Wow, this is awesome.
What did Miss Andrews say it was called again? Shinchishita. It's literally 7-branch sword in Japanese. So says Miss Andrews. Wow, it's pretty heavy. One hit 7 times the fun. Pretty catchy, huh? I bet it's selling hotcakes. There's something about that bothers me. Wow, you're really firing on all cylinders today, Pally. This sword, wasn't Mr. Gami holding it last night? And another thing, the sword wasn't bent last night, like it is now. You're right. Awesome, Pally. I wouldn't expect any less from a little ace apprentice. The sword is bent, so that must be... Last night someone used it somehow. Aha! I just thought of something. Maybe Detective Edme smashed the mask with it. Like this! Ouch! What the heck? What do you think, Pally? I think it's even more bent than it was before. Oh man, my head. My hair! Not the hair, no! So the box was in the paint. Interesting. But where did the paint even come from? Nah, that's blunt. It's not sharp. It's not a real sword after all. Check the paint can? I would love to. I would love to. If there was an option. This is just the sign behind it lighting up, but the paint cans themselves have no interaction on them. I would genuinely love to. Okay, everyone, it's time for a jam session. Yes. Hey Nick, the chevron's running. Hello, Phoenix right here.
Oh, it's me, Kamsu.
Kamsu, what is it? What's so funny?
I'll tell you what's funny. I finally beat him. I beat the mysterious detective. Finally, this underdog is the alpha dog today. That stuck-up detective's meant his match. Yep, I finally got him. Lock, stock, and barrel. No escape for him.
You caught him? Are you saying... This is the best theme of all time. This random case just has 2 amazing themes in it. I'm so mad.
You captured Master Mask?
Bingo! Well, actually, he surrendered, but I still got him.
Master Mask surrendered? That's great. So we can camp and pick up the sacred urn?
Well, you see, I was gonna tell you.
What, something wrong?
I do think you can swing to the detention center sometime.
The detention center?
He wants to talk to you. Master, that is.
What? He wants to talk to Nick?
I'm waiting for you, pal. See you get over there soon.
The detention center, huh? Ah, fuck. That's what I wanted to do. That's not what I wanted to do. This is the detective agency? Looks more like a setup for some B-grade horror movie. Hello, anyone here? He's gonna buzz home. Ah, what a waste of time. Hey, Arno, let's take the framed picture back with us as a memento. Don't you dare, Maya. I guess we'll have to try back later. What a creepy painting. It's like he's looking right at me. Maybe we should put up a big portrait of you in the office, Nick. I can even paint it for you. Maybe you can pose while cleaning the toilet.
I think I prepared something a bit more dignified.
Hey, Nick, what's this thing here? It's called a gramophone. In the old days, people used to listen to music. You can't be serious. I think it's probably for purifying the air or something. How about you 50 cents? Come, what do you say?
Forget it, you never pay up when you lose.
Wow, it's a huge hearth. That's a fireplace. So, what's the difference? You need to stop judging things based on narrow-minded cultural assumptions, Nick. Right, sorry. I already looked at him. That's one impressive bookshelf filled with some very impressive books. My Life as an Ace Detective. I'm unabridged edition by Look at Me. Ace Detective.
Hey, he's even got one of those shapes in a bottle thingies.
How would you look at that? There's a little Look at Me doll in the helm. How cute. There's a microscope here. I wonder if it was searching on something. The glass sides have different names in them. This one says, At Me Virus. This guy is just dying to make a name for himself, huh?
This is getting kind of irritating, actually.
At Me Virus? Excuse me? Sir? You were asleep, Lamau. Painting.
This desk is literally covered with all sorts of chemistry equipment.
Oh, I just love chemistry. Say, Nick, I bet you didn't know this, but water is made up of carbon and hydrogen.
Maya! No, not carbon. Oxygen. Oxygen and hydrogen.
Oh, well, there are always alternative theories, I guess.
By alternative theories, you mean once you make up inside of the head of yours?
Scan.
Hey, pal, welcome to the detention center.
You sure are in a happy mood, aren't you?
Yep, after all, we got last.
Right, but, so where's the sacred urn?
Oh, sorry about that, pal. I guess I didn't really think about it before. But you're the victim in this case.
Huh?
Well, I guess I should let you guys hear the story straight from the horse's mouth.
You know, he's right, Nick.
He is?
If you think about it real hard, we are the victims.
Yes, it is your urn, Maya. Well, I guess so, in a way.
I'm so used to thinking of the victim as a dead person because we always in the murder cases.
Holy fucking shit! Bruh. I mean, yeah.
Excuse me? But anyway, I have to get the sacred urn back. Please, don't just ignore me. Who are you? Master Mask? Okay.
Can we just talk about this theme, though? What the fuck?
Henrik, doesn't he look kind of gangly? I'm Ron Delight, the famous Master Mask. I don't think this guy could punch his way out of a wet paper bag. So you're the Master Mask guy? Yes, you bet! No, that's wrong. You see, it's complicated. Sort of yes and sort of no, if you know what I mean. Is that his voice getting quieter? So they want me to read this like sort of no, you know what I mean. What's wrong? Well, when I say wrong, that what I really mean is to say that's not right per se. You see, it's not spelled Master Mask, it's actually Master Mask. What's with this guy?
Well, he's a timid little weakling, we know that much.
Don't do that. Don't look at me like that. I don't need your pity.
And a major crybaby too. So why did you give yourself up?
Well, you see, it's because, well... I know why. It's because you stole such a priceless treasure. And you're overwhelmed with guilt, am I right?
Priceless treasure? That broken old urn?
I have a little favor to ask.
Yes, what is it?
Could you... go and talk to Desi? Desi? Look, we really want our urn back, so where is it? I'm sorry, I'll give it back. I really will. Maybe not. Nope, I can't make promises I can keep. I'll just end up hurting people. Mr. Nick, I couldn't hear what you just said, especially the last part.
Mr. Damask, do you think you could speak up a little?
Yes, sir. I will. I promise. Maybe not. You see, I'm already speaking my normal voice. I really can't do anything. Mr. Damask, about the urn? Yes, the urn. Right away. Actually, no. I wouldn't mind telling you, but actually I'm afraid you wouldn't believe me anyway. Enough already. Just tell it to us straight.
Please don't yell at me.
I'm sorry. I lost it. What? What did you just say? Did you just say you lost it? Yes, no, maybe so. I mean, yes, I lost it. What do you mean? Well, you know, I lost it. Like I said, these things just happen. You're on the train and you get distracted and you forget your bag, you know. What? You forgot a sacred on the train? Wait a minute. You went to the train dressed like that? No, I just was speaking hypothetically, that's all. Anyway, I'm sorry. I just lost it somewhere. I don't know where. This guy's story is more surreal than a Dali painting. Are you really sure this creep is Master Mask? Maya, didn't call him creep. Although I do have to admit I understand your doubts about this guy. So who's this Desi person? He's talking about my wife like that. I guess she must be his wife. I'm sorry, the truth is, it was my wife that told me to have you all come here. Do you think you could go visit her my hideout? Hideout? Mr. Nick, what did you mean by hideout? Oh, sorry, naturally, I meant to say my secret base. Secret base? Well, my apartment, actually. Palazzo Pelepe, 3rd floor. Let's go have a look, Nick. The mask hideout. Something tells me she just likes the sound of that hideout. The actual fuck? Oh, that's Master Mask Calicard. Pretty nice looking, huh? He looks so happy. I'm not very good at writing, you see. So I bought a book called How to Write Business Letters and studied hard. Well, I guess you could have thievery as a type of business. Just trying some options. And I'm really sorry, Cat, to cause so much trouble. If you're so sorry, then you shouldn't have stolen it in the first place. But the only thing I did wrong was lose it. That's not right. I was wrong either way. I'm sure the owners of the other treasures feel the same. He sure seems sorry. What if you imagined that such a famous thief would have such a pure heart? Not me! What do you think about this? The actual brother, what? The hardwood floor, the awful way into the kitchen. This. No doubt about it. This is Master Mask's hideout, right? That's the wife. Who is it? Is that you, Ronnie? Huh? Who are you people? Are you Desi Delight? That's right, I'm Desiree. Oh, you must be the lawyer and the victim. Yeah, that's us. Your husband told us to stop by and speak with you. I'm IFA, and this is PHOEMIX Wright, attorney at law. Nicky Boy and Maya, huh? I can't tell you how grateful I am that you decided to have my Ronnie. Well, you're welcome. Did she really call me Nicky Boy? Why is this the best game? About your husband. Isn't he the cutest? A bit weak sometimes, though. Pizza? By the way, did you know that they mentioned Maya on TV? Huh? Really? They said you own the urn and that you're doing some shady training at the law office now. Remind me not to watch the channel's news program. After I saw that, I thought it might be a good idea to meet the lawyer that mentioned. I see. My Ronnie, he has a powerful imagination and gets deluded easily. He kept insisting he was going to surrender to the police. I didn't know what to do. It was me that stole the urn, he kept saying, as if that was even possible. Huh? But are you saying you didn't? Of course he didn't. Why would my friendly ever do something like that? Well, you know, it's a priceless treasure and he's, you know... It's possible his own wife doesn't know his secret identity. Oh boy. This is really funny. Me? I'm the kind of woman that needs excitement in her life. Excitement, huh? Yes, I'm a bike. Happiest when I'm racing along with a bike at full throttle. Riding a motorcycle is like putting on your life on the line. You know what I mean? Well, I think that depends on how you ride it. I'm the type that can't stand living in a boring, dreary-old life with no action. No offense, but your husband Ron doesn't exactly look like he's risk-taking type himself. You're right about that. He's definitely not one for thrills and danger. But I have to say that he makes up for it in other ways. Other ways? Yes, money. Ronnie's incredibly rich and super generous. He bought me a bike that's so fast it would make your head spin. And shopping? I like to shop so much it makes Ron's head spin. The other day, it actually happened. It actually started to spin. Man, talk about high maintenance wife. So where does Mr. Delight get all this money from? Ronnie's a security guard. They put their lives on the line, right? So they pay tons of money in return. Tons of it. He's a security guard? I think it's my turn for Maya to spin. Can you tell us about what happened last night? What time did that incident take place again? What time was it again, Maya? Well, according to Detective Gumshoe, it was around 1:30 in the morning. Last night was horrible. I got pulled over. Pulled over? Yes, I always do my best to flying at night. Flying? You're talking about a motorcycle, right? Yes. Yes, anyway, last night I got pulled over by a policeman. I can't believe he got up to me. It was a great chase, let me tell you. When he finally caught me, the poor man was as white as a sheet. It was about 3 in the morning when I finally got home. Sounds like she got an airtight alibi. Well, what about Mr. Delight? I don't really know. We weren't together at the time of night. But when I got home, he was already fast asleep. So basically, he's got no alibi. Top secret. Ah. It's a mask. The mask.
There's a tape recorder hanging from his neck.
Let me see that. I'll be taking this crown now. Better luck next time, gentlemen. I don't get it. What's this supposed to be, Nick?
This thing looks vaguely familiar. No! No! Not her!
Oh, an upside... no, it's in the fishbowl. Well, an upside down one, anyway.
I think it's a helmet, an alien helmet.
And that looks like a tape recorder or something next to it.
I think it's a transceiver, an alien transceiver.
Nick, do you think maybe you could act a grown-up for a little bit?
Being entered by Maya to be more of an adult. That's a new low.
Oh, it's so cute. It's called a hot air balloon, you know? Wow, there's no footing here. I want to make my own balloon now. How do you let you ride in it, Nick?
Emblem on the balloon is supposed to be top secret. That's proof enough that Grundelight really is Master Mask. I'd better not tell Maya. She gets kind of scary when it comes to celebrities. There's a whole bunch of stuff piled up here.
Second cover, it's a missile! Do you know there's dynamite missiles?
But they're not heavy enough to be real. Oh wait, they're just really well my toys.
What are these rolls of paper stuck in the trash can?
Theft of the Merism Stone, the Great Albatross strategy. Theft of the Immortal Goddess statue, the Great Knuckle Bomber strategy. Did the police even investigate this place?
Hey Nick, look at top of the chair. There's an envelope and a letter. Why'd you just stand there? Come on, let's read it.
Maya, you know you shouldn't do that.
What are you talking about? The letter could be an important clue.
No, you can't just go reading private letter because you feel like it.
It's not because I feel like it. It really could be important. Nick, it's a torpedo!
It's hard to believe, but it sure looks real.
Where should we have picked up something like this?
Please don't say that torpedoes start things people out just of lying around. There are a bunch of books lying here. There are romantic story novels about famous heists and fantastic thieves.
Wow, look at all the bookmarks and notes stuck into them.
See here. Note, must remember this thief's way of laughing. Very useful. Note, a calling card is an important part of any good thief's modus operandi. Wow, Ron really studies his stuff. It's a bunch of cheap costume pieces arranged inside a nice frame.
Look, Nick, it's a fake beard.
This has a mask made of cardboard.
Here, Nick, try on a fake beard. Come on, try it on. Hey, cut it out. I put in the mask. Aha! It's Phoenix the mask. Let's bury it for a while.
No way, I'm not stealing from a thief. I've enough bad karma as is. The dialogue in this game is peak. Okay, that didn't change. Well, back to the detention center, I guess. Or not.
Let's just present things to her, why not? Oh, that's so mysterious looking. I love old stuff like this. My, you look so happy. Okay. Terrific, you can count on running me to be there. Sounds like fun. Oh, yeah. Oops, looks like that had a purple starting to flicker. One of her most treasured possessions. Da da da. Not really that useful. At me, maybe? No. I don't understand. I know it doesn't look it, but he can really get things done when he puts his mind to it. Really? So when exactly does he put his mind to it? Well, not very often, I'll admit. I certainly just wish that had seen a husband anyway. Wow, you must have really seen skyrockets. Or when you first met to love him so much. Skyrockets? I didn't know people still use that word. Mr. Light, you must know, right? About your husband and Master Mask? Master Mask? Of course, I know all about it. My husband is his biggest fan. Yep, what? Huh? Biggest fan? Yes, and Ronnie can be pretty delusional sometimes. That's how the whole misunderstanding happened. Wait a minute, did you say delusional? Yep, that's right. I just don't know what I'm going to do with him. You see, Ronnie actually believes that he is Master Mask. What? What are you talking about? So when did Ron first become Master Mask? What are you talking about? He's not Master Mask. But wait a second. Look around this room. This place is obviously Master Mask's hideout. No, you're totally wrong. A real thief's hideout wouldn't look like this. It's because Ronnie is so timid himself that he looks up to his heroic figures. Heroic figures? But Master Mask is a bad guy. So he's deluded, huh? Could that really be true? Anyway, if he really had stolen the urn, wouldn't he still have it? Well, I suppose so. Then why don't you ask him if he has the urn or not? There's a point, Mr. Light. Mr. Light isn't exactly the criminal type. But something about Ron's behavior bothers me. Maybe it's true. Maybe Mr. Delight isn't Master Mask after all. Say, can I ask you something, Nicky boy? What is it? I know I may seem like a bad girl on the outside, but the one thing I won't stand for is illegal activity. I had the feeling you wouldn't. You're tough, but I can't tell you've got a good heart. Somebody framed my poor Ronnie, I just know it. Could you give this to Ronnie for me? A letter? Yes, for Ronnie. I want him to fight back. Mr. Light. Okay, you've got it. Just relax and leave it up to us. Oh, that's right. Here, this is from your wife. Oh, from Desi. Thank you. Letter given to Master Mask. Actually, more like taken. My dear Ronnie, how are you? I'm doing fine. He's clutching onto that letter so hard the ink is going to be squeezed out. He looks so happy. You should write a letter to Mystic Maya too, Mr. Nick. Mr. Lawyer? Yes. In the letter that Desi wrote, she said, ask this guy to be a lawyer. Huh? I know this would be asking a lot, but could you please take my case? My trial starts tomorrow. Hey, hang on a second. He can't be your lawyer. Why not? What do you mean, why not? We're the victims in this case, right? Victims of this Damask guy. Well, yeah, but according to Desiree, he didn't do it. She said, poor man, he's deluded himself into thinking he did it, right, Mr. Nick? Come on, she could be lying to protect her husband. Well, that's true. No, she did not actually, so to say. Oh no, it's spreading! Oh, please, I'll give you the treasure of your choice in return. Huh? What should I do? Well, Mr. Delight, I've decided to give it a try. I'll defend you. Really? You will? Hey, what are you doing, Nick? He's a thief. You can't trust him. Well, he may be a thief. But I think there's more to this case than meets the eye. Mr. Nick, I was wrong about you. You shouldn't have trusted you. Pals? I believe you defend the person after what you did to Mystic Maya. I'll never forgive you, ever. Ah! But, Pally, wait! This is going to be ugly. I'll go after her. Yo, the sad music. Why is this so good? I couldn't have known that she'd react like that. I guess I might as well start investigating. Oh, Maya, where's Pels? She said he's going back to the office. Go check on her later, would you? What about you? Are you okay with him taking the lad's case? Yeah, I'm fine, Nick. I believe in you. I think I'm going to cry. I know you have a lot of work to do. I really appreciate it. Okay, Nick, let's get the show on the road. Mr. Nick, welcome back. Oh, hey, Pulse. Back to Bessie. I went and bought a strawberry cake. I gotta make some tea to go with it. Hey, Pulse. It looks like she feels really bad about what happened at the detention center. Mystic Maya, the tea is ready. Oh, thanks. Come on, Mr. Nick, please have some of this cake. Yeah, thanks. Pels? Oh, excuse me. I was in the middle of cleaning the toilet. Hey, it's okay. It just cleaned it this morning. Too late. This might be a good time for me to ask about her. I first met Pulse a year ago. It was when that murder happened in Kurain village. I still remember what she said to me when we first met. You're Mr. Nick, right? You're Mystic Maya's special someone. Hey, Maya, I've always thought it was because she was young, but what? Else, I think she's got the wrong idea about you and me. Huh? There's something you need to understand. What is it? It's kind of like a Kurain village custom, sort of. Pearl seems to love you a lot. Well, it's because I'm her girly cousin and, well, because of the murder last year, Pearl's mother is... Oh, yeah. I remember now. Pearl's mother, Morgan Fay. She's serving a prison term in isolation right now. So you see, I'm the only family Pearl has right now. But it's the same for me too. Maya. My mother's gone too. There are hardly any men in Kurain village. Now that you mention it, I've never actually seen any men when I visited. I'm pretty sure I told you about it a long time ago. About how spiritual powers run very strong in the Fae family. Yeah, you did. And that's why you're undergoing training to be a spirit medium, right? Yeah, the thing is, only women can actually inherit the spiritual power. That's why the whole culture of Kurain village just kind of revolves around women. But that's understandable, nothing wrong with that. Yeah, but because of that, there tends to be a lot of unsuccessful marriages. No? Well, men start to feel left out after a while and then they just start leaving. Especially if the man is a daughter. I seen the Pearl's father. He's gone. He left the village when she was very young. Boy, that's tough. Yeah, she grew up seeing nothing but unhappy marriages all around her. That's why she's so sensitive to things like that. So your mother's still missing? Yeah. And no one has any idea where she is. Highest mother, Misty Faye. The current master of the Kurain tunneling technique. She disappeared 17 years ago after getting involved in a certain police case. DO6! Holy shit! But you're sure she's still alive, right? Yeah, I know she is. It's sort of a spirit medium thing. And if your mother doesn't come back, then what? Then according to the laws of the village, I'll become an ex-master. Sigmaya, the master of the Kurain technique. Sounds like a heavy burden. Yeah, there's no one else with the blood type, the Fae main family who's a spirit medium. Well, Nick, why didn't we go out and start investigating? We're not going to learn anything just standing around in the office. Yeah, I know. But first I want to talk to Pels. Mr. Nick? Yeah? I acted like a baby. Pels. Aren't you like 8? 9? I doubted you. No, missing my head trusted you completely. I guess I still have a lot of training to do. Mr. Nick. Yes? I, from the bottom of my heart, apologize for what I said. Oh, it's okay. I'm the one that should be apologizing. Wait, I'm going out now for a bit. Huh? Where are you going? I may be small, but I still have a lot of spirit channeling power. So I'm going to show you it can be useful too, by finding some evidence. Hey, wait up! Ah, she sure runs fast. Nick, let's back off and give her some room, okay? Yeah. I love this game series. It's so good. The glasses. Behold, mental breakdown.jpg. Maya. Miss Andrews. I'm so sorry. It's my fault. Your precious urn. Your precious urn! Please calm down. What's wrong? Another $1 trillion down the drain. I mean, at least it didn't explode yet. It never ends. Everything that ends in failure. Maya, I'm sorry. I'll do anything to make it up to you. No, it's okay. I don't know what to, but I'm good with the hands. I can make you another urn. Hold on, just wait, okay? Breathe, calm down, and talk to us. Forgive me, forgive me. Yet.
So when did you get the calling card from the mask?
Let's see, exactly 10 days ago. I was going to show to the police, but the detective stopped me. So you asked the detective at me to help with security? Yes, in fact, it was about 20 days ago that I hired him. He seemed to know much more about Master Mass than police.
So you hired him for security even before the calling card arrived?
Well, yes, I had a premonition that something bad had happened. I've learned to trust my hunters.
That's why there are security cameras even in the basement warehouse.
Yes. Lottie Taylor is very serious about their security measures. Was their way of saying, bring it on to any potential thieves.
Oh, you sure brought it last night. And even left with a nice souvenir.
Could you tell us a bit about the security for the treasure exhibit? It was all my fault. I never should have called this paltry little collection a treasure exhibit anyway.
What? Why do you say that?
The urn that was stolen is a pretty important object. Maybe, but its actually value after appraisal was, well, practically zero. Zero? I polished it until it was just about glowing. I thought maybe it could make it look more valuable. But that urn contains the soul of Mr. Gammy. Anyway, I left all the security arrangements to the detective at me. But 5 days ago, I began receiving all sorts of other exhibit items from Kodain. Lots of people started going in and out of the warehouse down there. So maybe one of them was actually Master Mask in disguise. No, I personally checked out everyone that came through here. That's not possible.
Knowing Adrian, she probably even checked out what they ate for breakfast that morning.
I really like her. I'm so happy she's back in this game. From the final case of the previous game. The codependent manager of the murderous performer. Boop. Well, not anymore, but you know. Well, that's your problem. But the Nico Samurai case was really good. I think I also played a good part of that while you were in a different country, though. It's been a while. Huh. I can try presenting something, but... Yeah, nah. I don't think she's responsive. Let's try the basement again. Nothing new here. Doesn't look like it. Paint can? Nope. Again, that's the sign of the paint can. I know you weren't here particularly often for that particular case, so... It's no surprise to me that you don't remember her very well if you haven't seen most of her case, you know? Hello?
Well, well. How lovely it is to see you again, my dear. Welcome to my abode. Relax and soak up the atmosphere.
We actually kind of...
Silence. Precisely as I expected.
What is it?
Zavali, the truth has once again been elegantly revealed to me.
I think we've already been through this.
Ah! So the estimation was correct, Zavali. How truly elegant. Now then, what can I do for you?
You mentioned before that you were on guard duty all alone that night.
Precisely! It's my 5th encounter with my arch enemy.
Nah. I think my my allergy meds stopped working a bit ago.
I refuse to allow anyone to interfere with the rightful pursuit of my prey.
I heard you've been after Master Mas since his very first theft.
Yes, my dear. I see you've done your homework. This is the very first heist that a vile thief pilfered. The famous jewel of the Chief-Amanon. I first encountered him in the museum's sacred hall. The crime scene itself.
So that's why you were hiding security for the treasure exhibit. Pretty sure that said Aaron Andrews item.
Yes, I borrowed from some equipment of the Lord Taylor and set the perfect trap.
You must be the security camera. But I thought you were watching the area yourself too. So how did Master Mask manage to steal the urn? That's the million-dollar question. What did the Mask's modus operandi? No! What do you mean no? Huh? Rip meds? Yeah. I usually don't have an issue making a voice like this, but if my meds stop working, I will just die from throat issues. So I might have to do a different voice for him for the time being. Mr. Atney, did you know about the sacred urn?
I'm interested in only one other thing, my dear. And that is the mask. Sacred urn? Has nothing to do with this case.
But wasn't that what Master Mask stole this time?
I'm a hunter, sir. The urn was nothing more than a lure to catch my prey. Do you yourselves remember the shape of the individual peanuts you throw to pigeons?
I don't think I like this guy's attitude, Nick. Well, anyway, it looks like he doesn't know about the urn. There's something that's kind of bothering me.
Please, my dear, ask anything you like. After all, we all but seekers wandering alone in the dark.
Well, I was wondering how Master Mask managed to see the urn. I mean, isn't it strange that you don't seem to know? Yeah, now that you mention it, that is strange. After all, you weren't guard that night at the scene of the crime. At least you were sound asleep, you should have at least seen Master Mask. What the? It's a psyche log. Psyche log? Mom. I kind of turn into the tea of too heavy if I eat something. Just Mom. I'm gonna go refill my drink though, so that mayhap my throat can stop dying. Nom. Nom indeed. But you know what too? Wow. Boop. Wow. Hey Nick, what's the psyche lock thing? Well, yeah, Magatama lets me see, but people are keeping secrets. By breaking their mental locks, I can find out what the secrets are. What? This Magatama has that kind of power? Maya, you're the one who gave me this Magatama last year. Well, it's true that this Magatama is a prized family heirloom, but Pelly was the one that actually imbued it with spiritual powers, right? That's why I don't really know much about what it can do. This is the woman that's going to take over the Quirine training school someday? So how do you do it? How do you break the cycle of thing? Well, you present the Magatama to the person with the secret. Cool, I can't wait to see next. Come on, try it out. Oh boy, I think the future master still needs to learn to be patient. And then this dickhead, this Pinocchio looking ass just fades in. You should have had me. You were standing guard at the scene of the crime. There's no way you didn't see Master Mask commit the crime. Well, now, I can hardly see why is this suppressive about that. Voice lost entirely. Not like I can't speak, but like I forgot. Yes, indeed, I was guarding the warehouse. Not much is true. But I can tell you for certain, not a single person passed through that door. I'm not sure why, but this enemy guy is lying through his teeth. I know, show him some proof. Get fucked. There's a security camera set up at the scene of the crime. It should have automatically taken a photo of anyone that went through the door. Precisely. Hope you don't mind, but we've already got our hands on the camera data. As you can see, the camera went off exactly once last night. What? But Monaco didn't catch anyone in this flash. It must be some kind of computer malfunction. It must be. Maybe. It was your Monaco that malfunctioned. What are you saying? What? Are you saying that I didn't do my duty properly? Detective Edme, you must have seen the thief last night. The question is, why are you trying to hide it? If he's hiding it, there must be some reason. Some reason that he desperately wants to keep hidden. I've just got the piece of evidence that should prove it. Okay, let's propose you didn't manage to use Master Mask. In that case, the reason you didn't at the time because you were... I would say fast asleep? Or unconscious. I'm afraid that making a guess is not good enough. Time to put your money where your mouth is. Show me your evidence. This thing. Blunt object. To the head. Detective Edme, you were knocked unconscious by the thief, weren't you? Surely you must be joking. You think that I, look at me, could be easily unconscious so easily? The sword proves it. That's... Before the theft, the sword was in the hand of the statue of Ami Fey. Furthermore, at that time, it was not bent. There's only one explanation. You were struck on the head and knocked unconscious by this sword. Well, Detective, how about it? The sweat, yes. I'm impressed. You truly are an ace attorney. Ta-da! We did it! I can't deny that there may be a small hint of truth in what you say. So you were knocked out when the thief first clobbered you? Clobber, what an ugly way of saying it. But I suppose I could put it that way. The coward struck at the precise moment I turned to look at the computer. So you never noticed that the thief had entered the warehouse? No, the coward must have wormed his way through somewhere besides the door. Perhaps the air ducts or sewer pipes.
Then my arch nemesis struck me on the head from behind this gruesome atomy.
Ouch! Is that we should have his poor head examined? You can say that again. How could he have underestimated the thief that badly? Well, it looks like we got one thing cleared up anyway. Huh? What? Huh? What? That means the greatest ace detective in the world? No, that he never actually saw the thief. Oh, that's right. So the thief may not even be Master Mask.
Just one moment, Sir Lawyer. The thief was unquestionably Master Mask.
But you never actually saw him.
Absolutely, but I installed the security camera for just such a contingency.
Oh.
Last night, the camera went off exactly once. Behold! This is a photo of the dastardly thief taken by the security camera.
That's him! Master Mask!
The thief can be none other than the arch criminal, Master Mask. After all, he has a very good reason for committing such brazen crimes.
What are you talking about?
What?
So, what did you mean by that he had a very good reason?
Exactly that. Mr. Delight had a very good reason to dress up and commit those crimes. There should be a green envelope somewhere in his room. You'll need to go and investigate.
But how would you know about that?
Ah, I've forgotten. You're speaking to the finest ace detective ever to walk on the face of the earth.
Sus! Why do you know his actual name? And how do you know about the green envelope in his room? Like, that is sus as fuck. Holy shit.
The most brilliant mind since well ever. Look at me.
Well, I guess we'd better go to take a look at just in case. Boop. Examine item. Hey Nick, remember what Detective Edney said?
Exactly that. Mr. Delight had a very good reason. Green envelope. Second floor basement.
A green envelope, huh? I think this is it. Okay, let's have a look. If you don't want your true identity revealed to the world, come to KB Security at 1 a.m. On October 12th and bring $50,000. For 50,000? This is a blackmail letter. It sure looks like a major clue, alright? Oh, someone's at the door. I'll be right back. I won't take a second, won't take but a second, I promise. Oh, thank you for coming. That's so nice of you. What is you damsel in distress? I just can't help myself. Please, come on in. I'll make some coffee.
Really? Okay, make sure you serve at home, pretty lady.
Who is this? Who the fuck is that? Wait a minute. I know that voice. Oh, Nicky boy, I'm so sorry, but I've got another guest. Ah! You're... Nick, it's you! And Maya too, what a fluke!
There's no fucking way.
Lamau! Hey! It's him! What is he doing here? Flora having a mental breakdown at the sight of Larry Boots. Ah, Larry! Long time no see. What, you know each other? Nicky boy? Nick, do you and this girl have, something going on? Something? If you knew of it. I underestimated you, Nick. A gorgeous lady like this. I'm married too. Way to go, dude. I knew it. Just when things can't get any worse, it's time to cue in the butts.
Larry Butts. Ever since grade school, he's been not exactly a close friend, but yeah, we know each other.
Hey man, that wasn't nice. How was your very first line?
You've got quite the storied history, he and I. What we used to say still rings true. When something smells, it's usually the butts. The butts.
Hey, come on now. You're embarrassing me. I'm in front of this pretty little thing here. So you two are old childhood friends, I see. That's so sweet. You two go on ahead and catch up in old times. I'm going to go kill my bike. Nice girl, that Desi. Now, where have you been, Nick?
Too busy if you really want to know. So what have you been up to this whole time? It has been 2 years since I had heard from you. And what's with those clothes? You look weird.
Hey man, that's uncalled for. This is my uniform from a part-time job. But I can't believe it's been 2 years. They say that implies when you're having fun.
Huh? What's wrong?
Nick, I gotta tell you. Women, I don't trust them anymore.
You got dumped again?
Well, you know, Benifer.
Benifer? 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 Fuck this.
That's why I met the famous Katie Tom, and my whole life changed.
Benifer? Katie Tom? I've never heard of either of them.
Anyway, dude, Katie Tom chose Hollywood over me. Can you believe it? What the fuck kind of name is Benifer? Well, actually, anyway, sounds like you had quite the adventure. Women, they so. Oh, but you're different, Maya. You're none of the rest.
Looks like he's still the same old Larry.
So what are you doing here anyway? Huh? What do you mean by that? Just natural born nice guy, that's all. Well, actually, I picked this up last night while I was working.
A wallet? You see, you found this last night.
Yeah, I had a driver's license in it, so I figured I'd just return it myself.
Hang on, let me see that for a minute. I knew it. There's his pictures in here.
Yeah, I guess he really digs his wife, huh? Hey, Nick, it's not what you're thinking at all.
No, I'm pretty sure it is. You haven't changed a bit.
No, no way, man. Hey, she's a married woman. That's just bad news.
He really is here just to check out Mr. Light.
So you said you found it at your job, right? Yeah, I'm working for a private security company as a guard. Chicks just love a guy in uniform, you know.
A security guy at the guard, huh? So that's what that uniform is all about. So what time was it when you found this last night?
Huh? Why are you asking that?
Can't you see if I get an alibi? You're not the one on the hook for crime this time, buddy.
I guess it was around 1 in the morning, the first floor of a company building. What was Mr. Light's wallet doing there? Anyway, there's nothing weird about that. After all, he works there. He works there? You mean Mr. Delight? Sure, you take a look at this. It's right in his wallet. What's this card? It's a key card for the security company. See, it's got a 0 number on it right there. There's no mistake about it. You said you're working part-time in the security company, right? That's right. Why are you making this scary face?
Security company, huh? Something's not quite secure about Larry working there. Need to find out as much as I can about this key card.
Eh? So you're sure about this key card?
Ah, that's not his voice.
So you're sure about this key card? Yep, that's the key card we use in the building, I reckon. According to the 0 number, this one's for the CEO's office. You need to get it into that room, and every time you use that card, it leaves a record. It leaves a record? Yep, it tells you exactly who entered the room and when. Larry, you need that data. Whoa, slow down, man. Sorry, but the data is out of limits to outsiders.
If I lost this job, I'd never had a chance with Desi. It's times like these when I wish lawyers weren't so powerless. Anyway, so KB, and this said KB security, so, huh? Hey Larry, what about this? What, if you got something to say, you say it already. Huh? A blackmail letter! Do you know anything about this? What? I don't know anything about Alexis. That's the truth. Huh? What? I can't believe you'd do this to me. I thought you were my friend. $50,000. I don't have that kind of money. No, you don't understand. This blackmail letter was sent to run the light. Phew. Man, you scared me. I almost had a heart attack, you idiot. Wait, I'm the idiot? Man, I was totally confused because it said KB Security right on the envelope. Yes, so what? The 12 got a part-time job at KB Security. What? Sounds like I should really find out more about this KB Security company. He is so stupid. Oh my god. KB Security, the company in the blackmail letter. You know about it? That's where I work, yeah. In fact, I'm on the job right now. Huh? So what are you doing here then? Well, the boss is away right now, so you know what mice do when the cat's away? Yes. Anyway, how far away is this company? Let me see, about 30 minutes by car, I guess. Well, if you fly down the road anyway. Well, this apartment building is pretty close to Lord Taylor, right? And it would take roughly an hour from here to KB Security and back. Front light was at KB Security when the robbery occurred then. Wow! Then he couldn't have stolen the sacred urn! Hey Nick, your phone. Hello, is this the right residence? Pearls, where are you? I thought I'd go to Lovely Sailor for that, try to find some clues, but I'm afraid I've gotten lost. What? Give me that phone, Nick. Pearly, where are you right now? I was walking along and found myself in front of a person's office. That person? Who? The person who doesn't act his age and always says safari when he's excited. Look at me. There's the detective. Okay, stay right there. We're coming to get you. Alright, I'm a little scared. Alright, let's go, Maya. Wait a second, Nick. What? That phone call just now sounded like a real cutie. Bro! She's 9! Say goodbye to Mr. Light for me, would you, Larry? Brother! She's 9 years old! Oh my god. Oh man.
Mr. Nick, Missing Maya. Pearly. Never thought I'd see you doing it again.
Says Mr. Ace, detective out of the office?
Yes, when I arrived here, there wasn't a single soul inside.
Hungry? Oh no.
Say, Nick. Does it look like something's changed since we were last here?
Now that you mention it.
Boop. This bag, I'm sure it wasn't here before. Looks quite full. I wonder what could be in there. Hey, Nick, come on, open it up.
Hey, wait a minute. We can't just open this private property.
Don't be such a fuddy-duddy. This is an important investigation.
That's true, and truth be told, I have to admit I'm kind of curious.
Well, what's in there?
Hang on a sec, I'm taking it out now. Whatever it is, it feels kind of hard and smooth. Well, hello there.
Ah, he's here.
What are you doing, Sir Lawyer? I'm sure to see a servant of the court ignoring the law so flagrantly.
I'm really sorry. Maya made me do it. Nick, I can't believe you.
A gentleman never uses a lady as an excuse for his poor behavior. The real question is, can you afford to waste time lollygagging about here?
What do you mean by that?
Perhaps I should make myself more clear. Tomorrow's trial. Safari. Let me say the figurative. Sir William will be dropping his panties before lunchtime.
Wow, Nick, it sounds like it's gonna be really exciting.
What's going to happen at the trial tomorrow that's so dramatic? Do you know what your biggest mistake so far has been, Sir Lawyer? It was becoming a lawyer in the first place.
That certainly does sound like a big mistake, Mr. Nick.
Tomorrow will be a day to remember. I will take the stand. And then Tavari. My testimony will prove to be undoing of a lot of you. Yes, all of you. I will unmask you as the thief's co-conspirators.
Conspirators?
You're quick on the defensive, I see, however. It's not I that is your greatest enemy. There's a far more dangerous threat that you will face during the trial.
What are you talking about?
Sir Lawyer, if you truly are who you say, I'm sure you've heard of him. His name is Godot.
Godot?
It's him. You've taken a step down the path of foolishness. To try to defend a career criminal who deserves nothing less than death penalty.
Hey, last time I checked, no one knows for sure that Mr. the lad really is the mask.
Little lady. Times have changed, but people sadly do not. Well, you will understand this when you are more mature.
I wonder how old this guy is. He's 34. Cringe. Who's this Godot person?
It's not surprising that a spirit medium has not heard the name. Godot, the prosecutor whose equal cannot be found in this country but in heaven. Godot, a legend or myth. Men put a lifetime of hopes on the chance to simply meet him.
Prosecutor Godot. But the best prosecutor in this country isn't Godot, it's Mr. Edgeworth. Is that right, Nick?
It's a surprise that a spirit medium such as yourself would know nothing of this. But Ace Prosecutor Miles Edgeworth is currently traveling abroad.
Huh?
In fact, it was Mr. Edgeworth who acknowledged Godot as his best in this country.
Do you agree with that?
Most certainly. In fact, you could call him the Luke Atme of the prosecutor's office.
Well, that's good to hear. The prosecution has fighting chance tomorrow. Mr. Nick, this good door is really that strong?
I seem to remember hearing about something.
I seem to remember hearing about someone like that.
Not surprising. Some people spend their entire lives idly waiting for his appearance.
Looks like we're done investigating for the day.
The lawyer.
Bogwa.
And the stage has been set, and all the pieces are finally in place. All that remains now is for the dance to begin.
New prosecutor, a nice detective, and a thief. This will be one tough trial.
Nom.
Why no burger? But why though? Hey Nick! Schnitzel, Pog.
What is it? Is something wrong?
Nah, but did you see all the people here? It's crazy. Oh, and check out this master loss you bought. You bought this? Where? From the little tents in front of the courthouse. They have all sorts of things for sale. You know, I'm kind of a sucker for this kind of stuff. Brownie. Come on, I'm guilty. Don't look at me.
Who's screaming at that?
I was screaming that like that. Mr. Wright, you made it.
Yeah, I did, but doesn't look like things are going to be less any less ugly for you.
Because I did it. I'm the criminal. Me. He said it again. I sent this one and got a bloody trailer. A trailer, I admit it.
But you don't have the sacred urn, right?
Well, that's true, but that doesn't mean that I didn't commit the crime. Normally when I say, of course you didn't, I'm being sarcastic, but you... Yikes. Yikes! Anyway, I admit that I'm guilty, so make sure that give me a guilty verdict, please. Oh, there you are, honey. Bonjour, sweetie. Oh, Daisy, honey. Bonjour. Well, actually, I don't really know what species in French to handle this. And leave it to me, Ronnie. I swear I'll protect you. Well, you see, actually, that here's me. Can I tell you something, Nicky boy? I guarantee that my Ronnie is innocent. If he's declared guilty, I will be ever so cross with you. So why are you smiling when you say it? Well, if you'll excuse me, I've got some errands I need to take care of. I'm counting on you, Nicky boy. Good luck! To be honest, I really don't know whether Ron's master mask or not. But there's only one thing I'm sure of. He doesn't have the sacred urn right now.
Mr. Delight, it's time for you to enter the courtroom. For the time being, I guess...
For the time being, I guess I'll have to trust Desiree. Desiree. There he is.
Court is in session for the trial of Mr. Ron Delight.
The defense is ready, Your Honor.
Him. Him.
What about the prosecution? Are you prepared to?
What a stupid question.
What did you say?
Fine, let me ask you then, Your Honor. Are you ready? Are you ready to pass judgment?
What? No, I'm not. I will pass judgment after the arguments on both sides.
Well, if you're not ready yourself, you shouldn't expect others to be.
I don't fucking know.
That's a rule to live by.
Who are you?
I'm Godot. Legendary prosecutor. I've never lost a case.
He's the one that Detective Edney was talking about.
Yes, your reputation precedes you. What kind of cases have you dealt with so far?
None.
What did you say? I've never prosecuted a case before. Never? You said you've never lost before.
Exactly. I've never lost. I've never won before either.
Quite arrogant for a beginner, aren't you?
Even the mightiest of redwoods begin their lives as mere saplings. Yes, but a mask?
In the court of law.
Ah, did you do anything? No matter the man, we all wear masks. Either on our faces or our hearts.
This guy's the real deal, Rednick. Why doesn't it seem like our prosecutors are the real deal?
So we finally meet Mr. Phoenix Wright.
Nick, is he a friend of yours?
Nope, I don't have any friends that call me tried.
Just who is this masked man?
I've returned from the depths of hell to do battle with you.
But, then, Prosecutor Gobo.
He's a Gobo. It's Godot, Your Honor.
In any case, please give your opening statement.
Opening statement? Those things are not fit for even dogs to consume. I've only one thing to say before we start. To you, Mr. Trite.
What is it?
Are you familiar with the saying, a chain is only as strong as the weakest link? I wonder how much you can withstand before you and your case break in two.
Well then, see the from the first witness. My name is...
No one has asked for your name, witness. The important thing is what you know, that's all. Start talking, we're listening.
Yes, sir. Alright, witness. First, let's see about... What do you know about the thief that stole the urn? Yes, sir. Master Mask is a master thief that started his crime spree 6 months ago. He's so confident that he stands a scoring card before even he even commits his crime. This was his 5th heist, and as usual, he sent the card on to Lordly Taylor. His pattern is to always go after only the most precious art pieces. That's why we're sure it was Master Mask, sir. It fits his MO to T. So then, the identity of this Master Mask is... Mr. Grove, what do you... We're in the middle of a trial here, Mr. Godot.
Blacker than the winter's night. Hotter, more bitter than its hell itself, that is coffee. I'm sure you can grant me at least this much, Your Honor. Oh, please, proceed.
Very well, there's only coffee after all.
What? You can't be letting him slide this early in the trial.
Proceed with the cross-examination, Mr. Wright.
Well, Nick, what are you going to do? As long as they haven't brought up Mr. Delight's identity, all we can do is show that it wasn't Master Mask who stole the urn.
Ah, the vibe's impeccable. Have you been involved in the investigation from the beginning?
Yep, but nobody knows more about the thief than me, pal. It's true. I'm a Safari, author on thieves.
An author? He's written books about thieves? I think you probably meant to say authority.
The fact that this guy can slip even my fingers shows how good he is, pal.
It's easy when those fingers happen to be butterfingers. So nobody knows more about the thief than you, huh?
You got it, pal. Except maybe for the thief's mom, that is.
But isn't there someone who knows even more about him than the police?
You don't mean the dead Safari, do you? Where's this person? Where's this person, Safari? He sounds German? What? His name is Luke Atlee, sir. I guess I shouldn't have made up such a silly name for him.
The heck? I guess he's not as famous after all.
Anyway, it's true that he did manage to retrieve the last item the thief stole. Oh, I see. As if you know the expert he claimed to be. I like it, the thief is dying with me even now.
Have you seen all of these so-called calling cards?
Of course I have. Except the person in charge of the treasure exhibit never brought that card to the police. So I didn't see this one until after the crime occurred.
That's because Detective Atlee stopped Miss Andrews from taking it to the police.
Was the calling card alone retailer received authentic? Well, all the cards have one common identifying feature. But we're not releasing that information to the general public. We're absolutely certain that this card is real.
Gumshoe can't say it out loud, but I bet he's talking about Master.
This was the fifth side, eh?
It's fifth heist, and your fifth screw up, huh?
Objection, pal! That ain't fair. Maybe you could say you screwed up 4 times. But this last time wasn't my fault. I didn't know about the calling card this time.
You of all people shouldn't be chuckling about this, Detective Gumshoe.
I just wanted everyone here in the courtroom to know something. If you ever got a calling card with this guy, don't call some stupid private eye. Call your local police right away, got me?
Wow, it looks like he's really got it in for Detective Atlee.
It's better just to read this.
Art pieces? Like what, for example?
Well, his first target was the famous Tear of Hammer. Was that some kind of especially salty teardrop? No, sir, it's a blue diamond. A single rare diamond. Next to the crown of Bongora. You know, the thing you put in your head? Oh, there was the left hand of Hades, and then the portrait of Megina, sir. Detective Atlee retrieved the portrait of Megina and returned it to the museum.
The target of his fifth and last robbery was the sacred urn, right?
But isn't it difficult for him to dispose of such famous art pieces? Well, we assume he must have some underworld connections.
Somehow Mr. Delight doesn't look the type. Yeah, he's a little too sunny to be hanging out in the underworld. Wait. Hold on. Wait. 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 Oh, shit. It's her, isn't it? She's actually Mask the Mask. It's just fucking her, isn't it?
It can't be him. His nose doesn't fit under that mask. It's clearly not him. And so the blackmail letter. Oh no. What do you mean when you say it fits his MO to a T?
Oh, she can have asked the same thing myself. Oh, I wish you would listen a little more closely, pal. First of all, there's a calling card. We're 100% certain it's authentic. And there's the fact that he seemed to know all about the security system. And finally, his target was an art piece. These are all a part of this thief's modus operandi. And so, the strawberry seems to fit all those conditions. That's right, it means that the mask is behind it.
Nick, it definitely looks like it was Master Mask who stole the urn. But there's no real evidence either way that as to whether Ron Delight is Master Mask. But also the urn hasn't turned up yet. Let alone the connection to Mr. Delight himself. So even though we know it was Master Mask that did it, maybe for the time being, I should try to show it wasn't Master Mask that did it. If it wasn't Mask the Mask that did it, and my theory is correct that it's her, that means she was blackmailed and someone else must have committed the crime. The only person who could have committed the crime would be him, because he was the only person in the room at the time. And it would even make sense that the calling card looks authentic. Because while the general public didn't know about the mask on the calling card, the private detective who's been investigating this thief for all of his cases did. Oh, that would also make sense why the thief always knows the details of the security system at the crime scene. This is the keycard to the CEO's office of the security company. If the same security company always got hired for all of the 5 robbery cases, the CEO's office would have details on the security. Oh my god. Big brain. Because what tipped me off is that she said she was out and about when things occurred. That's insane. Anyway, I need to present something. Hold on. It is not the most valuable art piece because it is worthless. Can I ask you a little something, Detective Gumshoe?
Just hearing that little question is making me nervous.
You said that he always goes after the most precious art pieces, right?
Right, pal.
But there's one problem. As long as you do this in this case. The supposedly priceless urn doesn't exactly rise to the level of precious art.
What do you mean?
Nick, how can you be such a terrible thing? No, I meant from a financial point of view. I mean, it wouldn't fetch a good price.
What's the value of that urn?
The appraisers I spoke to said that couldn't attach a price to it. And I mean that in the worst sense. So in other words, it was not the kind of item that Master Mask would normally go after.
If I understand you correctly, Mr. Wright. You're saying that the theft of the sacred urn was not the work of Master Mask.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Actually, all I did was point out the contradiction. The argument made itself, but...
Well, first of all, we need to get this issue cleared up. Was this the last robbery the work of Master Mask or not? What do you have to say about this, Mr. Godot?
This coffee here is my own special blend. I call it Godot number 107. I'm trying to decide whether to cut down on the acidity or the bitterness. That's the only thing I've got on my mind right now. Mr. Trite. What? If you're really a man, you should clean up your own mess. Sorry, but I don't get what you mean. If you're saying this wasn't Master Mask that stole the urn, then it must be someone imitating Master Mask. A fake.
A fake the mask!
Fake the mask? Sounds ridiculous, but I like it. But before I decide on my coffee, I believe some proof is in order, Mr. Trite. A proof that the person who appeared on Lord Tail that night was actually a fake.
Oh, so I don't approve Mr. Godot's behavior. This point is valid. Mr. Wright, we're waiting.
Saxophone, yes. The card?
What's it supposed to prove?
Well, it proves someone is a fake, alright. It proves that this lawyer is a fake.
These prosecutors sure know how to twist the knife.
This is no time to be impressed. Think it over again. Apparently not. We stole the urn. His photo was taken, right? Who knows? Maybe there's something on that. Should tell him about the photo we got from Ebony. Oh, I'm stupid. I forgot this photo. The proof is right here.
It looks like a photo taken by a security camera.
But if you look closely, you'll notice something peculiar about it. Ah, well then, why did you go ahead and show us what it is? Go on, use this pointer and show us what the peculiarity is. I guess that the mask emblem on his chest is missing? It's right here, of course.
You mean the Master Mask?
I have here a piece of reference I would like to, the court to take a look at. Isn't the publicity photo I bought this morning? The problem I have with the security camera and the photo is the brooch on the mask's chest.
A breach. Here, bailiff, get my steed. We need to retreat at once.
A brooch, Your Honor. Is a sort of clasp for holding one's cape on?
A clasp, eh? Ah, I see now. But the master, the security camera. Ah, here's no brooch.
That brooch is the same as the emblem in the mask's calling card and serves as a symbol. But the thief that broke into Lord Taylor wasn't wearing a brooch. In other words, this Master Mask is a fake.
I've been fooled again.
Yo! The run!
It's true, and undeniably true. The little come true. How could you have overlooked this? I'm sorry, sir. I don't know how I... Hey, now. If you're gonna have a pity party, invite me too. Mr. Goodall, you deserve some blame in this too. How could you have overlooked such a large brooch? No, the brooch you're talking about. Do you mean this? Ah! That's Master Mask's brooch. Where did you find it? I've always had a good nose for evidence. I got it at the crime scene. It was hidden in the shadow of a big female Buddha statue. Buddha statue? You must mean the army face statue. Why did you tell me about that, sir? I always put evidence in away in my pocket. After all, it's the safest place for crucial evidence. Ah, this guy's one cool customer. They just pulled all the stops in film noir for this guy, huh? This guy's one cool customer. It's a little early to be shaken up, isn't it, little lady? That friend of yours left the pretty little hickeys on there too. Hey, hickeys? Figuratively speaking, of course. I'm referring to Ron Delight's fingerprints. What? What? The defendant's fingerprints are on the brooch. Order in the court. Mr. Gooder, see the brooch. I've got attached to my metallic girlfriend here. Take good care of her. It appears to have been torn from of some clothing. There's a little bit of cloth left on the back. Obviously, there must have been a bit of struggle at the night of the crime scene. Uh-oh, Phoenix. We have a problem. Ah, you mess with Godot, and you get burned. He's been playing me like a violin. Well, Judge, I'm about ready to call my next witness. Oh, you're done with me? But I haven't proved anything yet. You've proven your own incompetence. That's good enough. That doesn't sound good at all. Bailiff, bring the next witness into the courtroom. Finally, time for the ace detective to make his appearance. Huh? One second. One second. There's one drip of the coffee pot. How's how we done?
Silence! Now I see it's all becoming clear.
Oh, Wesley.
Zavari! The truth has once again been elegantly revealed to me. What we have here is a judge and a prosecutor. A coffee maniac at that. Am I correct?
Well, yes, that's right.
Not bad at all.
You're the first person that's ever been able to penetrate my secret veil. Well, said Prosecutor, let me introduce myself. My name is Luke Atme, a ace detective at Rising Star illuminating the heavens. Boy, these two make a perfect pair. They're the best friends, or they tear each other's heads off. I've heard on the night of the crime we were all alone in security. You've heard correctly. My specially made monocle is worth more than 100 detective gumshoes. If Detective Gumshoe was worth anything, that is. Where's this guy all by himself anyway? There must be some reason, I'm sure of it. Well then, tell us what the special monocle of yours witnessed. I am more concerned with how the fuck that's staying there. Like, my guy must have some incredible muscles in his face to keep that in place. Damn. Impressive. It was approximately 1 o'clock in the morning, just after the date changed. There was one of my nemesis, the infamous the mask dancingly descended upon me. Just as I began to turn, the coward struck a fierce blow upon my noble head. Darkness allowed me before I could land a single strike. When I awoke, he was gone. 30 minutes later, I used an emergency phone to notify the police. She didn't get a clear look at the criminal. My specially made monocle never misses a thing. However, there's a limit to my things. Limit to things that fall within my visual range. But of course, that's only natural. Afraid to see why the witness seemed to be proud of his performance of the evening. Well, Sir Old-Timer, let me explain. We're not to speak in an ordinary thief. But the great thing of thieves, the great mask, my arch enemy. That is my instincts and my years of experience tell me. Well, presume with the cross-examination, Mr. Wright. Urge. I would love to. I'm not sure if I'll survive this. Like, I'm legitimately not sure if my vocal cords will survive this. I might actually call it here for today, just to make sure I don't lose my voice. I'm a big fan of this trial, though. It's really cool. I hope I'm right about my theory. This game just makes me feel so proud if I see a connection the first time. It's so good. I think that's why I like this game and also similar games like Professor Layton so much. It's like if you get it immediately, it feels so rewarding. Master Detective Archives also had these moments, although they were rarer because you were spoon-fed a selection of options in MDA Raincode. I think it would be like it is better if you have all the evidence all the time and not a subset of it, so that you need to actually put thought into it. Because Master Detective Archives usually had like, okay, these are 3 options, one of them is correct, so you usually just play exclusion. Anyway, I think I'm just going to turn off stream. Despite this only being 3 hours, it is pretty late. And I did stream a lot yesterday. So I'm not scamming you out of snake content. My other option would be to just grind on stream for no reason, so... You know. But yeah, I'm very happy to play this game again. I hope we can keep it up. And thank you so much for watching. I will see you on Tuesday. I want to say ahead of time this time, way ahead of time. In the week from the 5th to the 11th of August, I will not be streaming on Tuesday and Wednesday because I am in Munich. I am not home. And I currently haven't figured out a good way to stream from the hotel room. So I will not be streaming on the 6th and 7th of August. Just so everyone's aware. In any case, I will see you on Tuesday. And have a good night. Bye-bye.